The therapist asked the question Jennifer had been avoiding for months. When's the last time you had sex with your husband? Jennifer's mind went blank. Not because it had been that long, but because she genuinely couldn't remember if it was February or April, or if it even mattered. Maybe 2 months ago. 3. How was it? Jennifer laughed. A hollow bitter sound. Like checking off a chore. Water plants, pay bills, have sex with Mark. The therapist didn't smile. Do you love him? Jennifer opened her mouth, and for the first time in 15 years, she didn't know the answer. And Jennifer realized she hadn't kissed her husband, really kissed him, in over a year. That night was their 15th anniversary, reservations at the restaurant where he proposed. Champagne, candlelight, the works. Mark raised his glass. To 15 years. Jennifer raised hers, smiled, and felt nothing. Not anger, not sadness, not even resentment. Just flatline. The man across from her was a well-dressed stranger she happened to share a mortgage with. Efficient, polite, completely fucking dead inside. Zero laughter, zero intimacy, zero connection. Just 2 executives reviewing quarterly family performance metrics. In the car ride home, Mark turned on NPR. Some story about infrastructure. Jennifer stared out the window. When did silence become easier than conversation? At home, Mark went to his office. Got some emails. Jennifer went to the living room. Scrolled Instagram. Other couples posting anniversary photos. 15 years and still my best friend. Liars. Or lucky. Jennifer couldn't tell which anymore. At 10:47 p.m., they climbed into bed. Mark on his side. Jennifer on hers. 12 inches of space between them. Might as well have been the Atlantic Ocean. Jennifer stared at the ceiling. This is it. This is marriage. 2 people slowly dying of loneliness in the same bed. Then Mark's hand reached across the space, touched her thigh. Oh God, he wants sex. Jennifer's body tensed. Not from desire? From obligation. Should I? We haven't in months. It's our anniversary. I should want to. Why don't I want to? She turned to face him. He leaned in to kiss her. And Jennifer felt absolutely nothing. She went through the motions. Because that's what you do. That's what marriage is. 12 minutes later, it was over. Mark rolled to his side. Love you. Love you too. Both lying. Jennifer went to the bathroom, locked the door, sat on the edge of the tub, and let herself think the thought she'd been burying for months. I don't think I love him anymore. And I don't think he loves me. We're just 2 people too exhausted and too invested to admit it's over. Silence. I think I love who he was, not who we've become. That night, Jennifer couldn't sleep. She Googled, married but feel alone, 387 million results. Top result, roommate syndrome, when your marriage dies but no one leaves. She clicked. The article described her life perfectly. You share a home but not a life. You coordinate schedules but don't share dreams. You're efficient partners but not intimate lovers. You check boxes, good parents, stable finances, no fighting. But there's no passion, no desire, no friendship. You're roommates who occasionally have obligatory sex and call it marriage. The psychology was devastating. Most marriages don't explode. They erode. The erosion pattern. Year 1 to 3. Madly in love. Can't keep hands off each other. Talk for hours. Year 4 to 7. Kids arrive. Sleep dies. Intimacy becomes scheduled. Will reconnect when they're older. Year 8 to 12. Drift accelerates. You're busy. Exhausted. Conversations become transactional. Did you pay the electric? When's Sophie's recital? Year 13 to 15. Wake up and realize you're strangers. But you're so deep in routine, it's easier to stay numb than face it. Year 16. Plus. Except, this is marriage. Lower expectations. Stay for kids, finances, fear of starting over. Or divorce, and repeat the pattern with someone new. The research was brutal. Dr. John Gottman studied thousands of couples, found 4 behaviors that predict divorce with 94% accuracy. 1. Criticism. You never help with the kids. 2. Contempt. Eye rolls. Sarcasm. Treating partner like they're beneath you. 3. Defensiveness. I'm busy too. Refusing accountability. 4. Stonewalling. Emotional shutdown. The silent treatment. Jennifer and Mark had all 4. Daily. The killer insight. Most couples don't lose intimacy because of one big betrayal. They lose it through micro-neglects. Choosing Netflix over conversation, I'm too tired for sex, becomes months, then years. Stopping small affections. Hand-holding, random kisses, long hugs. Resentment builds. He doesn't help enough. She's always critical, but never gets addressed. Friendship dies first, then intimacy, then love. And you don't notice until you're sitting across from a stranger at your 15th anniversary dinner. The article ended with a question. Are you married? Or are you co-parenting roommates who share a legal contract? Jennifer closed her laptop. She knew the answer. Jennifer couldn't take it anymore. She wrote Mark a letter, left it on his laptop. Mark, I need to say something I've been too scared to admit. I don't think we're married anymore. I think we're co-workers managing a household corporation. We're excellent at logistics, brutal at intimacy. I can't remember the last time we laughed together, really talked, touched without it being obligatory. I'm lonely, even though you're right here every day. I don't want to wake up at our 25th anniversary and realize we wasted 10 more years like this. Can we try? Really fucking try? Because I miss you. The real you. The man I married. Jen Mark found it that night. Sat at the kitchen table and read it 3 times. Then put his head in his hands and cried. Because he'd been feeling it too. And was too terrified to say it. When Jennifer came downstairs, he looked up. I'm sorry. For what? For disappearing. For letting us disappear. They sat across from each other, silent. Then Mark spoke. Do you still love me? Jennifer's voice broke. I don't know. I love our history. Our family. The idea of us. But you, the actual person sitting here? I don't know if I know you anymore. Do you want to try to know me again? Jennifer looked up. Do you? Yes. Then we need to actually change. Not just talk about it. Actually fucking change. What changed? 1. 20 minutes. Every night. After kids sleep. No phones. No TV. Sitting together talking. Not about logistics. About everything else. At first, it was excruciating. They'd forgotten how to talk like people, not managers. But slowly they remembered. 2. Touch without agenda. Holding hands on couch. Hugs that last more than 2 seconds. Kisses that aren't just routine pecks. Not leading to sex, just connection. Because they'd trained themselves. Touch equals sex, equals pressure, equals avoidance. They had to relearn. Touch equals intimacy, equals safety. 3. Weekly date. Non-negotiable. Every Saturday. Kids with sitter. Just them. Mark resisted. We can't afford. Jennifer cut him off. We can't afford to lose each other. What's more expensive? A sitter or a divorce lawyer? He went quiet. They started dating again, like they were strangers trying to fall in love. Because they kind of were. 4. Couples therapy. Not as a last resort. As prevention. The therapist gave them homework. Each week, tell your partner one thing you appreciate about them and one thing you need from them. Simple, devastating. 5. Role separation. Rule. After 8 p.m., they weren't mom and dad. They were Mark and Jennifer. Kids in bed. Roles off. Partners on. 4 months later, Saturday night. Date night. They were at a bar. Not the fancy anniversary place. A dive with good music and cheap beer. Mark told a story from work. Jennifer actually laughed. Real laughter. They weren't fixed. They weren't back to normal. But they were trying. Every day. Small choices. Choosing conversation over Netflix. Choosing touch over avoidance. Choosing each other over convenience. It was hard. Some days they failed. But they were trying. Most couples don't get this chance. Most don't notice until it's too late. Most drift until divorce or dead inside marriage are the only options. Jennifer and Mark got lucky. They woke up before it was irreversible. But here's the brutal reality. It could still fail. All the date nights and therapy and good intentions could crumble. Because fixing a dying marriage is like trying to revive a plant you forgot to water for years. Sometimes it comes back. Sometimes it's already dead. What no one tells you, love isn't enough. Effort isn't guaranteed to work. You can do everything right and still lose. But you can also do nothing and guarantee you'll lose. Right now. Answer honestly. When's the last time you had a real conversation with your partner? Touched them without obligation? Chose them because you wanted to, not because you had to? Felt desire for them, not just tolerance? If you can't answer, you're already dying. The question is, do you care enough to try to come back? Or are you just waiting for someone to have the courage to leave? You don't lose your partnership in one betrayal. You lose it in 1,000 small moments of not paying attention. The conversation you skipped because you were tired. The kiss you rushed because you were busy. The touch you avoided because it felt like too much effort. Those moments compound. And one day you wake up married to a stranger. Jennifer and Mark are fighting to come back. It might work, it might not. But at least they're fighting. Are you? Or have you already given up and just haven't admitted it yet? We became perfect co-parents and terrible lovers. By the time we noticed, we'd almost lost everything. Notice now, while there's still something left to save. Or don't. And wonder, in 10 years, where it all went wrong. Your choice.